Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your host, Tony, here to talk you through everything going on in cruising. And well, today I would like to share with you an excerpt of this week's podcast where I sat down and talked to Walter from Where's Walter Travel, and we chopped it up. We talked a ton about cruising, and one of the big conversations we had was which was better, princess or celebrity. We picked sides. And you'll be surprised. Maybe you won't be. Who do you think I picked? You can leave that comment below. Without much further ado, let's get into this conversation with myself and Walter. Let's talk about this. So because you've cruised a diversity of cruise lines, one of the common, situations in cruising is I would say that Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Line, Norwegian, and possibly MSC are doing a really good job with their marketing. Every video I watch on YouTube right now, I'm getting an MSC ad these days. They're doing a good job of bringing new people into the cruising fold. But, I consider those to be like a tier one level of the cruise experience, right? Entry level, right? Now, they can have some elevated, those kind of things, but I think a lot of people come into cruising through Carnival, Royal, Norwegian, possibly MSC. The question becomes, after you've done a couple Carnival, couple Royal, couple, NCL, when you want to move up to the next level, I think of the next level as Celebrity, Princess, maybe even Virgin Voyages. If you're consulting your clients, how do you move them from a Carnival, and where do you suggest that they go to? Like, what kind of conversations are you having, and how are you directing them?
Well, it's interesting you bring it up that way. I mean, the way I look at it, and one of the big things that we try to do, especially with a first-time cruiser, we try to figure out, well, what kind of vacation are you trying to have? That's one of the big things. And I put first-timers on Celebrity. I put them on Princess. I put them on, Royal, Carnival, certainly. And I don't know, with the way Carnival, Royal Caribbean, NCL certainly are three of the best known. Obviously, they put a lot of money into advertising. And of course, Princess is the love boat that's out there. And I try to, what generally happens is the client doesn't want as many kids. And that's kind of that transition point. It's like, I really like Royal Caribbean. I really like Carnival. You got something that maybe has fewer kids. And it's like, well, yeah. You're going to look at Celebrity, and Celebrity is that casual luxe feel. I've always said Celebrity is that white glove treatment without the stuffy attitude. That's how I've always felt on that ship. They're just so over the top friendly and so nice. And then it's the same on Princess too. You kind of get that white glove treatment. They go up above and beyond to make you happy. And that's usually where that conversation starts. It's like, I'm having a good time on these ships. I'd like to find something, I want to get that same value. I want to get maybe a slightly better experience at dinner. Maybe I'd like to get some better meals now. So, love Royal Caribbean, love Carnival, love Norwegian. Main dining rooms, they're okay. You're not going to go hungry. They're okay. But like we were just on the Sky Princess, I could have eaten at the main dining room every single night, and I would have been very happy. And I'm not a snob, but I am a bit of a foodie, and I like to have good food. And the same thing with Celebrity. Celebrity's main dining room is quite good. So, it generally starts out with the kids, and then it becomes, okay, maybe I'd like to hang out with more adults, and maybe I'd like a little better food rather than having to pay every single time. Like, Royal Caribbean has great specialty dining. Norwegian has some of the best specialty dining at sea, I think. But you got to pay for that. You got to keep paying, And I think that's where the conversation comes in. And then Virgin comes along and says, you know what? You don't have to pay for anything. We're just Wi-Fi, gratuities, food, soft drinks. Just forget about it. You've already paid for it. Come on and have a good time. And I put Celebrity and Virgin, like, really, I think if you like Celebrity, you're going to have a great time on Virgin. And if you're tired of being nickel and dime with like all the good stuff, Virgin is certainly a way to go. But that conversation that you talked about, Tony, generally starts with the kids. It's like, oh, there's just so many kids. But ironically, Disney is a great place to get away from the kids because they do such a good job separating the adults. They have true adult areas, and they have really good food. As you know, I know you've been on Disney. Disney has some of the best food at sea. So ironically, might send some adults on Disney to get away from the kids.
That is pretty, yeah, that is kind of funny. So for me, like when I think about Princess and I think about Celebrity, the analogy I always used is Princess is to classical music like Celebrity is to jazz. That's kind of the way I think about it. It's a little more laid back on Celebrity. It's a little more formal on Princess. And so if you're having somebody that's trying to decide between Princess and Celebrity, what would be some key things that you would tell them about those two lines to help them make that decision?
Well, the one thing for sure, Princess has more interesting itineraries. They have, Celebrity kind of does the same route over and over, but Princess, every so often they throw in some really, like I just noticed yesterday, they have a 32-day Pan-Asian round trip from Los Angeles. Like you start in LA, you go all the way down to Fiji and you come back. I was like, I didn't know they did that.
That's pretty amazing.
So I think, yeah, it's amazing. And it's not even that expensive. I was like, holy cow. But I digress. But between the two, yeah, Princess is a little bit more traditional, but I did notice that they were cutting loose a lot more on the Sky Princess than I remember Princess being before. So Princess is kind of learning from Celebrity, maybe. Maybe they're learning from Virgin. I don't know. But they were cutting loose a bit more. Like the cruise director had come up with some new games and they were having some fun. But the ship is very traditional Italian, the Piazza, this, that, and the other, whereas Celebrity definitely has that modern resort feel to it. And the Solstice class I love because it has the natural grass up on the top, which is kind of cool. It's the only cruise line that does that. But I used to say that between the two, Celebrity might give you the better food game, but after going on the Sky Princess, I think they're pretty even with the food. Princess Plus would probably be the one thing that might lean me to say go over to Princess, because that's actually one of the few packages that I actually recommend to clients, because it's the Wi-Fi, the gratuities, and the drinks, and you end up paying about $27 a day for the drinks, which is nothing, and that includes your coffee and drinks up to $15. So that's what's got me swaying toward Princess these days. But Princess is, I think in the pool game, generally Celebrity's going to win, but and Princess has the better shows. I would say that. Tony, it's hard for me to pick between Celebrity and Princess now, having gone on the Sky Princess and seeing how they've changed the game a little bit. That's a hard one, Tony. What would you do? Where would you go between those two?
I was going to say that's the choice I was going to put to you. I guess for me, oddly enough, this is my differentiating factor. I've cruised on Celebrity. I've been on the Edge. I've been on the Apex. I've been on the Equinox, and then I've been on several Princess ships. I've been on the Sky Princess. I've been on the Majestic. I've been on the Caribbean Princess. I would choose Princess for two reasons. I like the casino on Princess better. They've done better to give me offers. And I like the Wi-Fi better. At least that's been my experience with those ships. Maybe as time goes on and we see more cruise ships get on Starlink, that kind of thing. But I've had a better internet experience on Princess than I have had on Celebrity. And if I'm going just to spend leisure time and I know I want to work and play, I've got to have good internet. But so that's same question back to you. You can have a free cruise on Princess or you can have a free cruise on Celebrity. What are you picking?
I used to say Celebrity because they had the world-class bar, but now Princess has the Good Spirits bar, which is very good as well. If money is not the issue, I'm going to take Celebrity only because the Beyond has Captain Kate, so I would go on the ship just to see. I've heard that ship, there's something about that crew that's unlike any crew. Stephanie. Stephanie was on that ship recently, and she said there's something about that particular crew that is unlike any other crew that she's ever experienced. And she said they all level up. It must come from her down. And so I would take Celebrity just to go and get on the Beyond and see what that is all about.
It would not surprise me. So when I met Captain Kate on the Edge, she exuded leadership. She's in a very unique role, a role that she's embraced and that she's really kind of run with. But in addition to that, just because she's, has this notoriety as being a female captain, that kind of thing, strip all that away. She was a fantastic leader. You could tell it in every interaction she had on that cruise ship, not only with crew members, but also with guests. You can tell that she's really leveled up as a leader. So it would not surprise me on the Beyond if that crew is also leveled up from
Yeah.
her example. So yeah, I think that's fair. I guess let me qualify the question. So you've been on the Caribbean Princess, and what's a celebrity ship that you've been on?
No, I've been on Caribbean Sapphire, Sky, and Island Princess. I've been on the Equinox, the Reflection, and the Silhouette on Celebrity.
All right,
So they pair up
Equinox,
pretty well.
Equinox, and the Caribbean Princess. If you were given a free cruise, which one of those two cruise ships are you picking?
Equinox. I'll go on the Equinox. The Equinox is a beautiful ship. It has a world-class bar, and it has glass blowing on it. So I would go do another glass blowing class.
That was our first celebrity experience. We did the glass blowing. I did like the glass blowing. I did like the lawn club. So yeah, it's super cool. Somebody asked me the other day if there was value in that. And, it's not like you're going to become a world-class glass blower in one session, but you can pay $50 or $60 and somewhat participate in the activity and take home a cool souvenir and really, lock a cool memory into your brain. So I think the glass blowing studio was quite fascinating and a really, really neat amenity. Okay, so let's transition. We know that the Celebrity Princess is a debate, but you've said it a couple times. Virgin is in the mix. There you go. Walter said Celebrity. I said Princess. Was that a shocker? Who say ye? Which of those two cruise lines would be the one to go to next? Or are those your favorite cruise lines? Or is there another? Time between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Is that apropos? Is that applicable to this conversation? Look, you can get the full conversation between Walter and I, and we talk about a lot of different things. You can see the whole thing over at the Lalita Loca Presents YouTube channel. I kind of blew it in that conversation. I lost some nerd points in that conversation. You got to go check that out. And a big thanks again to Walter from Where's Walter Travel. Make sure you check him out at where'swaltertravel.com. Check him out on TikTok. Check him out on YouTube. He really is a good resource when it comes to all things cruising. Let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. This is Tony for Lalito Loca, and until the next time, watch this video. We'll see you on the Lido. Bye.